I love Wolverthor. I'm a fan. I think this guy's great. He's got a job. He runs an alliance.
Where some people are like, I like war, but I don't need it to be super intense. Well, those people, I think, could now be even more frustrated because that if those alliances are not going to be able to compete with any alliance that's remotely into war, because there's more people who are going to be able to go, we're all going to attack right now. We're all attacking, or close to us, or half of us. So if my alliance, it's like, hey, look, first few hours, whatever, some people go in and attack. We can still get through, and probably get to the barracks. It's like we can get through his center or side lane and get to a key room. And we can do that within the first, couple hours with just, a skeleton crew. This now, though, because you've got to get through more attacks, there's some more sections.
Yeah, what you need here, and what is unreasonable to expect, is 24 people on the game at the same time attacking for like 2 hours. That's what you need now. Like to be good at war, you have to have 24 people all able to be on at the same time and attacking consistently for 2 hours. You have to recruit for that. You have to move people out of your alliance who can't do that. That's harsh. It's unreasonable. I don't see how that's fucking reasonable at all to expect that. And not give you a fucking time zone that could make sense if you live in the fucking Eastern time. And I believe it's on the other side of the globe too. So I think people in Germany are equally as fucked as like Eastern time zone. And Central time zone ain't much better. Like we just kind of need more options to have it make sense.
The other alliance, if it's got half their members doing that, they might get further along. I don't know. So that's my concern. It's from my personal experience and what I'm expecting from my alliance. I'm willing to wait to see if I think this is going to be good or bad.
It's bad. All right. So that was that. And yeah. All right. That was fun. Now I'm going to watch this one and let's see. How are we going to prepare our rosters and alliance? Okay? How are we going to prepare our rosters and alliance for war? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Tell me what we going to do.
MSF here, and today I want to talk to you about the changes that are coming to Alliance War. And the new patch looks like it's starting on Wednesday based on the latest blog post.
And the date that was clearly published.
And you have received a number of days ago this email which confirms that the changes that we saw in the playtest are the latest, the second playtest, are going live. I mean, this looks exactly like the details of the changes from the playlist. I'm going to go back to my power
pop filter. Pop filters. They're called pop filters. You can get one in front of your microphone. So if you like to pop your peas, it won't sound like shit constantly. It's cool. They're really cool. They're called pop filters. And if you're not on camera, you could put it right in front of your face, and then it works even better. Like I'm on camera, so I'll have to use mic control. And if I'm gonna pop my peas, I gotta bring my mic a little further back from my mouth. But these pop filters are really fucking cool and inexpensive. It's like $5 to get one of these guys. And then when you talk and you use peas, they don't pop into your fucking mic, which is like your computer or something. I don't know what the fuck you're talking. And I'm just tips, man. Marvel Strike Force tips, podcast tips, streamer tips, YouTube tips, all that kind of shit. We give them out here. That's a tip. That's a pro tip from Mr. Hartgrave to you, sir. Pop filter, inexpensive. Gonna just make things easier because I got these fucking headphones in, man, and every time there's a fucking pee, it's like just popping my fucking eardrums out. It's really harsh to listen to. I'm just telling you, just saying, just production value.
Point that enough offense teams, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to dip into this tier 5, tier 6, for some people tier 7. Right?
All right. Everyone is now using symbiotes on war offense because symbiotes is fucking baller on war offense. they kill Secret Avengers. Everyone has always used X-Force on War Offense because they've always been good. Sinister Six is still pretty fucking useless on offense. I know it can be good, but the resources you have to put into Sinister Six for it to be a good War Offense team outweigh its usefulness, in my opinion. We might see people move. I hope we see people move Brotherhood off of War Defense and put it back on offense. However, I think it works better on defense than offense still, even with. And Uncanny X-Men with Ultron, you don't say, is actually pretty fucking good on offense still, especially on, you might see more people pulling X-Men back to offense because it just does so well at clearing up bullshit, which is what you're going to see. Lower alliances, not top alliances, are going to definitely just put bullshit in those extra spots, especially for now. And so Uncanny X-Men is going to be a really good one to pull. And yes, Symbiotes is going to be huge. I don't know why Hella Natural would be tier 6 because it's really fucking good. Fantastic Four plus Ultron still slaps pretty fucking hard too, although it's not worth it to put resources into. I think Hella Natural is more built than people's Fantastic Four in most cases because a lot of people took Hella into Dark Dimension 4 even. And like nobody took like any of Fantastic Four into Dark Dimension 4 like at all. Like maybe Invisible Woman, but she doesn't even help that team. Whereas Hella in herself can like really kind of run Hella Natural. Especially if you're adding like Deathpool to it and stuff now, like there's still a lot of utility in that team.
Right? You're going to be using Supernatural or Fantastic Four or Power Armor. It's going to require you.
Power Armor is not a thing people will start using though. It really isn't good at all. It's really bad. The only good thing about Power Armor is that it's very cheap and you don't need any tier 4s in it. Like it just kind of runs just without tier 4s, which is good.
You to dig deeper into your roster and update some of those older teams, which of course is exactly what Scopely wants us to do, right?
That's true. I mean, at least he is clear that Scopely just wants our money. So I mean, I'm glad we're on the same page there. Let me actually show you what I'm using for War Offense, just to let you know. This is, I would say, one of the better War Offense teams. My War Defense is bullshit, but my War Offense is probably top tier. I'm going to say it's top tier. I win like all my fucking attacks. If you use these teams, you're going to win all your fucking attacks. And your defense is going to suck. So it is what it is. Of course, we have Infinity Watch. That's not like a big shocker. I'm really loving Symbiotes with Ghost Rider. It's really great. It's just really great. It's a good team. Black Order is good. As you can see here, I've started to add Blue ISO to my Black Order. That's like essential if you still want it to work. If you still want Black Order to work, and it can work on a lot of stuff, you do have to start putting Blue ISO on it. I know it sucks, but it's what you gotta do if you want to use it, basically. This team is so fucking good. And really the crux of the team is Black Bolt, Silver Surfer, and Dr. Doom. A lot of people have that on defense in some way or another. Stop it. Stop it. Get your war wins. Use Black Bolt, Silver Surfer, Dr. Doom, and just 2 others. I picked, Dr. Doom or Dr. Octopus and Invisible Woman. It's really good to have Invisible Woman because I will take this team against Heroes for Hire. This team can beat a 400k Heroes for Hire even with Shang-Chi on that. Actually, I think I did a really good attack. I'm just looking it up real quick to get the numbers on it. I took a picture of it, and it was a decent attack. Yes, I took this against a 430k Heroes for Hire. That was it was pretty well built out. I think only 2 of them were over 100k. Like the Iron Fist and Luke Cage were 100k. The other ones were like 80. but it's pretty decent. And I know most things would have failed on it. This did not, does fairly well. Dr. Doom normally gets hit with an ability block when he fights Heroes for Hire. Invisible Woman clears it the next turn with her special. So that's kind of key to have Invisible Woman there. Dr. Octopus really doesn't add a whole lot. He does add some deflex so that your Invisible Woman stays alive to do that. Get her shield up the next round. So that's kind of nice. He does provide some extra targets for them to hit. But really, it's the Dr. Doom. And you want Dr. Doom there to give you that, the ability to trigger everybody and get multiple turns like on Silver Surfer. So pretty good team. I like it. I wouldn't put this shit on defense. I would leave it on offense because it works. And on some of these teams, nothing like on Heroes for Hire, you're really pressed to get anything to work. And this does. Secret Avengers, I'm loving still Zemo, Hydra with Phoenix. You can put a lot of things here. Even just taking Hydra Guard, I wouldn't recommend building Hydra Guard, but if you want to, it does. I have for the gamma raid at one point. It does work really well. Phoenix works even better. I like this more than anything else I could do with Phoenix. I've tried Phoenix everywhere. This is the best spot for her, in my opinion, especially when you take this against Brotherhood, because when Magneto hits his blind, Phoenix clears all the blind, and then right before Hydra Grenadier goes, which is the important one to get the blind off of. So, pretty great. And then we have Astonishing X-Men, and then we have this. Now, this is a new one. This is what I did when the war change came down. Was I did pull all this kind of tech crap. I was actually surprised. I actually like Hydra Guard here. This works really, really well. Believe it or not. Now I got to get a video of this because you probably don't believe me. This is amazing. I think I fought like a Pimtech with this or something. And what happens is your Ultron, and you can fight anybody that spawns weak minions is good too. But your Ultron, when he kills somebody, he comes right after Guard. Guard taunts. Ultron kills, extends the taunt on Guard, making him a 2-turn taunt instead of a 1-turn taunt. And then every time that Ultron kills, more taunt. And if your Hydra Guard is good, I mean, mine is a 6 red. You might not have that, but I'm just saying the thing is he's tech villain. So he plays into this team very well. This is a great war offense team. I'd say just as good as Uncanny X-Men. Believe it or not, just as good as Uncanny X-Men, in my opinion. I would use this on anything I would use Uncanny X-Men for. So, it's good. I'm loving X-Force with Deathpool instead of Deadpool. She makes a great fill-in for him. They lose a little bit of speed, so that can be a problem. So watch out for that, but very good. It works better. Deadpool does very little on the X-Force team. Deathpool does more. This insane shit with this mutant thing here that's happening, this is done because I have not invested T4s in X Factor. If you have X Factor and you've invested T4s in them, that is better than this, of course. If you don't, you could use this. This is really some kind of like crackheaded Mr. Hartgrave thing, though. I can't get behind this as much as other things. This is more just something that you do where I'm demonstrating where you're taking things from your defense and moving them to your offense so that you can do more winning attacks as opposed to trying to do some shit with your X Factor that you can't do because you haven't put the tier 4s in it. Like I'll see people try to take their X Factor against Brotherhood Doom all the fucking time and lose because they just don't have what you need in it. You need all the tier 4s in it for it to work properly. So if you don't have that, you got to maybe be more creative with it. And then finally I have my Shadowlands, which is not as good as it needs to be to actually be good. but it's there. It's great. It kills marauders like nobody's business, and that's about all it does, and that's about all I need it to do. So there's my recent war offense teams. I hope it helps you in some way. That's what you got to do. You got to make more war offense teams now. That's the answer.
Right? That is literally the point of this, is to get you to spend resources on additional characters and build wider. So I think this is going to have a very significant impact on every player. And here's my advice.
I don't, because you can ignore war. You can just very simply, I don't know what he's about to say. I don't think he's about to say you can just ignore war, but you can ignore war. You can absolutely, you don't have to give a shit. Win your war attacks. That's important. Take your defense, make it your offense, and win your war attacks. Resist the urge to spend a bunch of money on your war defense because it's not important. You actually help players, other players of this game who we all love, get more war currency by not having great defense. If you want to have great defense, great. But I'm telling you, it's not worth it. You won't get more T4s than you spend. You will net lose T4s building war offense and defense teams because you can't use them anywhere else. And you don't get that many T4s from winning more wars. You get a minimal amount. I'm talking like 15, 30, 50 extra T4s max in the best war alliance. The difference between how many T4s I get and how many T4s this gentleman gets, minimal. 100 at best. 100 T4 difference at best every 2 weeks. Let's just say that. Let's just pretend it's that. It's not that, but let's pretend.
They mentioned this in that in-game mail I showed you as well. So here's the deal. The bottom line is you now start with 4 energy, and you can buy extra, I believe, and you regen 2 every 2 hours over the next 6 hours. So let's say 2 hours in, you're going to already have 6 war energy. The bottom line is now you can race to get down globals faster. There's already been this divide in war. There are some alliances that are kind of, we win half our wars, we lose half our wars. And then there are alliances, some of them everywhere from gold 4, platinum 1, all the way up to diamond. There are alliances that are kind of in that 50-50 range. And then there are plenty of alliances that are winning, let's say, 80% of their wars. And it's largely through activity, coordination.
No, that's not really factual. There are not plenty of alliances that are winning 80% of their wars. Most alliances are winning 50% of their wars by design. The most, because we actually track this. I don't think that he has actual numbers. I have actual numbers. I have a guy who is often in this room, who is in my alliance, who actually tracks a good deal of alliances. I'm talking most of the top 100. And it's 60% at best. 60% at best. There are 5 alliances, 10 alliances at most that are winning like 80%. Maybe there are some upcoming alliances down in the bottom ranks, gold 2 or whatever, that's just pushing their way up because, they've bound together and they're just rising through the ranks. But this illusion that there's like a lot of hardcore war alliances is just that. That's an illusion. There is not a lot of hardcore. There's a lot of people who think they're in hardcore war alliances and shit like that, but this is not reality. Not indeed.
A focus on war, a lot of other things. Now those alliances have more of an advantage. What I saw on the test server is you can sort of blitz to take down the other side's armory.
Wow, is this true in here? No, I mean, we've literally taken the numbers. We actually have a chart that like 2 years of data that shows your top 100 alliances are forced into a 50-50 rate, more or less. Like really close to it. Like it's the natural state of war is for it to be 50-50. And that's verified verify as much as you could fucking verify anything around here. I'm not a fucking like approved, I'm not like a rubber stamped by the government approved to fucking look over war tactics and shit, but it's done. Many alliances win 80%. No. No, it's not designed to work that way. Like, literally not. Like, a few alliances win 80%. A few. Sometimes. Until they don't. Because you're gonna force yourself into a state where you're gonna get to the 50-50. It'll equal out. It's designed to. It's what it does.
Hangar and so forth, much faster now. It just makes the war.
I will venture a guess that every alliance that this man has been in has won 80%. I will venture to guess that because the crowd that this guy runs with is the kind of crowd that does win 80%. There are a few alliances that do it. He's been in those alliances.
Effectively over shorter. In other words, maybe you may say, oh, in my area of war, we don't full clear. I've heard that from players.
It also doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, even if you win 80% of your wars, unless you are of proper rank, my alliance will always be higher than you in season rank. We won one war. Last season, my alliance won one war. Do you know what rank we got for season rewards? You know what rank we got? I don't know if I don't think it's still visible. It would have been too many days ago. But do you know what rank we got? Top 1 to 3%. We got the top 1 to 3%. Why? Because you get a huge bonus for your war rank. Because we're platinum too, and because of our overall power, you also get a bonus on that. We got top 1 to 3% by winning one war. Lost 5, won 1, got top rewards because this shit's rigged. It's rigged, people. You've been very focused. It's one of the advantages you have by starting later is you can ignore all this stuff. Now he has 7 stars on everything. Is that right? There's 7 stars on every single fucking thing. Like we skip things, but we haven't really skipped anything at all. You've skipped putting gear on them, but you have 7 fucking stars on everything. That's different than skipping them. That's like a different definition. Okay, down here we've skipped things. We haven't farmed Kingpin, but we have the shards. We literally have the shards to do it. We just haven't spent it. So he could take any character to 7 instantly, which is not skipping anything. Like not putting gear on things. All right, the Ultron thing is kind of criminal right here. This is kind of sad that the Ultron isn't up because Ultron's actually incredibly useful. Like even without the red stars, like now that the red stars are here, like yeah, of course it's useful. But man, skipping this Ultron is weird actually at this point. Like it's kind of fucking weird. The thought just struck me as so foreign. He's like, it's going to hurt a guy like me who's kind of skipped leg day. Skipped leg day, like... I mean, it's going to hurt a guy like me who skipped leg day. I've skipped fucking leg day down here, dude. My Shang-Chi is like a baby. This is the guy that it hurts. This is the guy that it hurts. Is the guy that's only playing for raids. It doesn't hurt the guy that's been keeping up with defense teams. Literally, all you need is a huge Heroes for Hire and you still win war. Literally. It doesn't fucking matter what goes in the other 2 spots. It doesn't matter one goddamn bit what goes in the other 2 fucking spots. All that matters is how big your fucking Heroes for Hire is. That's the only deciding factor left in war. And it's going to be the next defensive team after that too. They're going to come out with a fucking counter for Heroes for Hire. And then that's what's going to matter. These other teams have never mattered. That's a total fucking fallacy that any team besides Hero for Hire matters in war right now. It doesn't. There's no other fucking team that matters in war besides Heroes for Hire. Put whatever the fuck you want to in the other spots. It doesn't fucking matter. Nobody gives a shit. Only matters that you have this. So anyone that skipped this, yes, you are fucked in the new war. You are already fucked in war. Now you're more fucked. Because now there's more buffs on this, and it's harder to beat. That's all it is. You need to buy Weapon X. That's all the game's telling you. It's not deep thinking here. You have to think about your fucking roster or what you skipped and what you have and what you don't have. Put whatever the fuck you want in the 2 other spots. It doesn't matter if a fucking 1 million Heroes for Hire sits at the end of it. The other shit, you're just trying to eat up the shit that you would use to beat this shit. That's all it is. It's the whole fucking game right now. It's Heroes for Hire. That's war. And that's why it sucks. That's why you should just focus on winning your attacks and not trying to build up this amazing fucking wall of 10 defensive teams, because it wouldn't matter anyways. There's only one team that matters on war defense. That's Heroes for Hire. Decision is yours to make. Do you want to put the resources in it, or do you want to say fuck war and focus on raids? Because there's only one raid that this team does any good at. It's the Gamma raid. Comes around for 2 weeks, every few fucking weeks, and you might not even be on a Heroes for Hire lane. So people who have a Heroes for Hire lane should probably build Heroes for Hire, probably about to where it is right here. This should probably be about fine to beat the fucking Gamma. You can trust me. I'm Mr. Hartgrave. It's been a fantastic stream tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's way later than I thought I would stay up with everybody. So I really do appreciate you coming out here and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to play some music for you. And we're going to be back here Friday to do some more reactions, talk about some things, talk about money. Grave diggers, keep digging.